What's up guys, Murr here, wanting to go over some heckin' knowledge with all y'all. Nexon's new game, V4. There's been a lot of positive vibes coming from streamers and other content creators, which is awesome. There's a lot of people who've been really negative about the game just because Nexon created it and they don't have the best track record. That's fine, to each their own. I think it's a great game. As an auto battler, auto quester, whatever, it's been pretty fantastic. So I enjoyed a lot. If you guys enjoyed a lot and you're trying to get more into it and trying to figure things out, this video is built on answering some of the questions I had as an early player that I needed a little bit more of an in-depth understanding of how to use these things, where to go for them, and what they're used for, and how it boosts my CP to be able to do higher level content with the guildmates, because I am part of like the tier 1 guild in this server, so I need to be able to level up to their standard. And so to me, this was my way of just trying to have that understanding and be able to put my time and efforts into those. So this is going to share with you guys pretty much a list of everything inside of the menu in this game, of like what you would need to focus on and how you would get that stuff. So hope you guys enjoy. Please, again, like, subscribe, comment. We're trying to get to 100. Boom, boom. 100 subscribers. Be a part of it. Cool? Yeah, I'm talking to you. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was imprinting. Imprinting is going to be the demon slates that you get over time. The 5 options down here actually match the region bosses that you can fight over time. You got Bakhtar, Danux, Ruskell, and Brokut, and Ardaman. And you'll notice that if you go to the region bosses, that you have a region boss that matches them, obviously going up in CP every time, similar to the progression of getting into these. I believe that these start, I want to say they started like going up to level 10, and then this one goes up to 15, and then 25 or something like that. And then I'm currently on Brokuts right now, and I'm almost done with it, but then you go into this. It costs a little bit more every single time, but the purpose of this is to obviously add some additional stats. So I'm going to go ahead and just auto imprint just to show you guys where it's at. So we have the amount of imprint stones, obviously this late into the grind, 38 imprint stones per each level, and it's got to rank all the way across this, but you're going to see where this takes it from level 25 to level 26. And so you get a pretty good amount of your CP gains. And what's really nice is that when you progress to the next slate, so when you open up from Ruskell to Brokut, you get a massive CP increase. So it's very, very worth investing your time into gaining some of those imprint stones and gold so that you can get the resources to boost that. I don't have any videos to really show you guys what that looks like right now, but it's pretty significant. The skills, so over time you're going to get these little skill books, and really where you get them from is as you level. You're going to get these packs every single time you level up, and they're going to be right here. So level 62 is next, and so it's a travel essential pack. When you open those up, you're going to get a small amount or specific skills. You go ahead and you can just enhance them, and then sometimes it goes into the extra slot here to basically open up other options. So I think that's the only one I have here. Cool. And another thing that a lot of people didn't realize is that there's this equip setting down here. If you click this and you auto equip, it'll actually auto equip based on the strongest DPS, I believe. And if you guys know of any other different ways to do this or to max out DPS per character, please let me know in the comments below. That would be fantastic and super helpful. I'm still new to this game. I'm just sharing with you guys what I've learned. So going through, we got talents. So the talent tree, I've noticed that some of these skills aren't what I have loaded up, so I haven't done that. I'm a Boomblade on this, so and then obviously I don't use turbulence either, so I just went with the middle tree here. But every level after a specific point, I think it's level 50, you get a talent per level up, and so you basically create a talent tree. Gives you some more bonuses. I think it's really nice that they did that. And then going into potential is another strong one. So you're going to open this up at level 40, you'll open this up at level 20, I believe. And so Valor opens up initially, which helps you boost into your attack. And then you've got Endurance, which levels up or starts at level 40. And then you've got Insight, which starts at level 60. You can level these up with these little pendants over here on the left or on the right. These are specifically for this purpose. So you see that by just doing this one, I'll go ahead and unlock it, 48. I think I have another clip too here to show you guys what it looks like in bulk. You get those also from the level up chests, but there's also certain quests and things you can do to basically farm those. Outside of that, guys, you got soul stones. I've actually watched a buddy of mine, Evil Wolfie, do a video on this. This is a pretty significant area. So like these basically are stones that put in its stats into your gear. But it's based on what type of soul stone that is equipable to it. So this one's obviously the agility soul stone, and it gives you specific in its stats depending on what it is, and then you can grow it by going here. And so I'll just actually do this one right here. You can get these from some of the events, or you can actually just use one of the same quality going into it. And so I'll go ahead. So it's got crit hit and MP. So it's going to take it from 144 to 200. So I'll go ahead and upgrade that real quick. So that gave me a CP increase of 122. So once you've actually got a soul stone to level 1, you can actually increase it by using soul shards, which these are actually, I believe, what you get from the Phantom Abyss. So that's a good place to do it. This will cap it out in its current rarity. So this one will go up to level 30 as a rare one. I think a uncommon or fine is what they call it in this game, which is the green ones. They go up to level 20. And so it's going to take a lot more gold as they level up, obviously, in rarity. But I'll go ahead and do this. This increased my CP by 342 by itself. Now you can imagine that if you do this for every piece of equipment, that will have some substantial growth. And so a lot of people are wondering how CP gains are happening so quickly for some people. Well, they're really just farming those materials and being able to put them in. So soul stones is a huge area. I obviously have some opportunities here to be able to place additional gems as well as leveling them from 20 to 30 right now, and as I progress through the game I'll be able to get more rare materials to be able to upgrade these further and get higher CP gains. I want to say from rare to radiant, I want to say it was like he said it was like a 1400 CP difference per each one, so it's pretty significant. So this is a really big area to get into. You can actually craft some of these through production options in this game, which I'll get into here in a second. Going into the companions, this is an area that I think a lot of people are overlooking. Maybe not, and I could just be wrong about that, but I believe that people are not utilizing this to the full potential. Companions are probably one of the more important pieces of the game, and the reason I say that is because of how they're used. Now, I'm going to section right here tells you when your companions are done with certain quests, so I'll get into that in a second. But here, basically, you can go to whatever area you're in, and depending, so you're going to see these little check marks. This is where my companions are done with their quest. It's also why the other piece was lit up. You can basically go into each of these and go to any of the red marked areas and go, you'll see these send companion sections. They're based on what kind of companion it is. So like if I want to do a region conquest, I have two uncommon versions of them that I can send on these quests that take 30 minutes, dispatch them. Now the only thing is that they're locked into whatever category that it is. So I can't use one of these companions in a high level or a rare level conquest. So if I try to go to, for instance, like where I am now, which is the Deacon's Volcano, if I click here and send companion, I lied to you. You can use them. That is exciting. I'm going to do that. Wow, that makes me so happy to know that. See, learning things, guys. Mer was wrong. 100% is okay. That makes me so happy. Now, the only thing I would say is that when it comes to non-conquest, so when we start getting into, let me just go here. So this one is going to be hunts. So hunts utilize a hunt type of companion, and basically what they'll do is they'll come back with items. And so how that can be useful is for you to be able to basically have items for your item sets. And so a lot of these you're not going to use, but you need additional materials to make item sets, and I'll also get into that part after this. But the really nice thing though is that you can send your companion to different areas to get different types of gear. So this one's got fine and uncommon. This has got fine, uncommon, but this one's got belts. This one's got arms, legs, and you'll notice that each of them have weapons. And then this one's got jewelry. So the purpose of that is that if you're trying to figure out a different item set, meaning that you're trying to go after the ones that have all armor or all arms, then you can basically send your companion there to hunt them and basically just get them. You can also hunt there yourself if you want to, but it just makes more sense. So you can continue the storyline and have something else base it for this. Now, I obviously have mine on a hunt for another hour, but after that's done, I'll essentially be getting a bunch of armor, kits, and weapons. And I'll get into how I'll use that after. And then sending the companions on these gather quests. So the gathering is really where I think is the big piece of this. So you're going to see that Piella flowers are here. And let me go ahead here and just show you guys how I do this. So I'll actually, if I'm hunting the same kind of material, I'll just go here and with getting these. This will help me with a production or a crafting situation that I want to focus on, and then I can just dispatch again. And the reason I only do 2 at a time is because after the third one, there's a drop in gains. There's a limit to how many you can get. I think it's like 393, and so having 3 is optimal. I only have 4 uncommon gatherers though, so I'm just using them in 2s right now. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. But if I have more, I would do that. Now this one I just put into a single mission to be able to get some tree stuff, so I'm gonna dispatch it again. The reason I'm doing lower level stuff now, and I wish I would have started this earlier on, is that you can continuously grind for those materials so that when you go into the production phase here, you're going to be looking into the crafting section. Now, obviously the gathering section, you're going to actually have to go in and do these gatherings on your own. So you can do this in some downtime in just a local area. Just keep the gathering section on auto down here. If you click this, your guy will stop fighting stuff and just go towards that. You just need to be careful that people don't try to PvP end you, because then it will stop your grind, which is really freaking annoying. I think there's a way to turn that off. I'm not sure. And then you got blacksmithing here. So this is what I was working on recently. So here's my craft materials I just received. And then I've also got iron ingot. And so the nice thing is I've already started some of this grind at future levels already with my uncommon gatherers. And so I already have materials ready to go for some of this. Like I have 2,500 of processed crystal for when I open this up. And that can definitely help, but I didn't realize this at first. So I'm just kind of going back and starting fresh on it and trying to figure it all out. But this can be really helpful, and as you boost these things, your CP, I believe, grows as well. So it's another CP gain, and you can also start to create different things, like you got weapons. This can be really useful for your character later on. I'm not sure if it's bound to account or bound to character, because maybe you can just make stuff for your other characters as you start to play. But you can also make these and use them for the item sets again, so really good. You can polish. So here's you can make necklaces, belts, soul stones. This part I think will be really useful. Here's your processing materials to be able to use for other stuff. That's for your junior level 2 and your alchemy. So this is where you can actually make potions. Potions are expensive in this game, so if you can make them, that would be fantastic. So 10 advanced potions. These I think in a cap of 300 is like 150k gold. So by being able to do this, I could save myself a lot if I just got basically, what, 30 of these? So 30 of these. Processing materials, what, we got the black, what is it? Advanced medicinal herbs. So this one, right? So yeah, I would basically run for these and just get a ton of them and then basically create them, and I would just keep rotating it out. And same thing with like the superior ones. So I mean, the nice thing is it's not making it more difficult to get the higher ones. You just have to unlock them, which will probably take a lot of experience. But this can be useful in saving yourself gold later on. And you're also, by gathering more of these guys, you're going to be able to get other additional set bonuses. Eats is really good. If you cap this bar, you're going to have some additional CP grow. CP applied 65, 60. So by doing this stuff, life is obviously part of the production and crafting. Teamwork's going to be about your guild, doing stuff with groups. And then your growth is going to be, I want to say this is just by doing certain individual tasks. So if I hit, this is more of a slower overtime, but it's very important that people do this. You're going to notice that each area has a list of research markings for each character. Right now, they have an event right now where they're 500%ing the mark drop rate on certain ones. I'd heavily recommend taking advantage of that if you are playing this game to be able to make it easier. So I want to make sure to bring that up because this will give you some minor CP gains over time as you do them. And as you go into new areas and such, it's going to basically increase those things. The Abyss portion. So the Abyss portion, you're going to see here that you get a lot of scrolls, but you're also going to get some enchanted tombs, shining purifying waters, which is basically to upgrade epic soul stones. And this to develop the soul stones. So yeah, this is going to be your soul stone management place. The only thing I do want to mention though is that once you pass 13,000, the 23k and the 53k CP entry fees is going to be 20 red gems. Now, some of that can be provided by your guild by doing some of the quests. The guild leaders can do tickets each day to be able to allow everybody in the guild to get 100 red gems, which is super nice. And so want to bring that up just because a lot of people aren't sure how to get red gems other than purchasing them, but I do like to just mention that. Item sets. This is a really important one that I like to go over because a lot of people overlooked this originally. Essentially, why you would use this is you get a small substat reward for basically registering items that you have no use for, meaning that you're not planning to equip it, you're done with it, okay? Now this is useful for previous items, or like I was saying earlier with the companions, if you do the grinds for certain hunts and then they come back and give you a bunch of the same type of gear, like a bunch of weapons or a bunch of arms. How you can use those is you can take a look through here and you can see which ones you need to register, and then you're going to use some of the scrolls to increase them. Now scrolls, if you need those, again, kind of going back to what I said about the Phantom Abyss, that's where you're going to go to get those scrolls. So how I would look at this is that if you're trying to focus on leveling these at some part throughout the day, figuring out which part you need. Do you need the hunts or do you need the scrolls to be able to increase the gear after you get those from the hunts? That really comes down to like what you can do. You also will get these just from farming as well. So keep in mind, you can do this without the companions, but this is how I would work more efficiently, is by having those hunts being completed separately. So you can just do these. They do not give you a significant CP increase. However, they will still do something and give you a little bit of something. And obviously, as you go up in the difficulty on this, you get more. Like this one, I put 10 of these guys in here just for the additional defense after I get the 100 dark orbs. I just did it just because I didn't really have a need for them, nor did I understand what they were for originally. And these things are actually incredible, and now I'm kind of annoyed that I did that, but it's fine. I'll get some back. We'll just keep grinding. We'll keep grinding. Can also do it with the demon stones, which is really nice, but there's a ton to do here. There's 646 things here to get some minor stuff, and I'll tell you all the CP counts. Exchange. Now this is a really great one to be able to get some purple gear. It is rare to epic, so just be mindful of that. There are some things in the game, like through the storyline, where you do get a guaranteed epic, which is nice. These mount summons are going to be the death of me. Like, I just want an epic, but they have such a low chance. It's like a 0.9% chance to get one, which is so dumb. Sorry, it's actually like a 5% chance in total, but that's still such a minimal amount, especially they're selling like event packs for like $50 to have like 20 summons. Anyways, we're going to move on because that's just not worth fighting about. But almost got my radiant necklace or the radiant belt here. Again, it's rare to epic. Pendant roulette, you can get these dark orbs, you can spin for them, you get additional coins for yellow whale. So yep, cool. And then every time you don't get like a good roll on it, your luck will increase by 10% until you get 100%, and then you'll have a bunch of lucky ones that you'll roll for. And you can get an epic through this. I've seen it come up a couple times. And then you get these red gem tickets. This is where you get it from your guild. You spend 50 gold, get the 100 red gems. Super really nice thing. That's actually how I've gotten all of these gems except for like 300. So I've definitely been putting them back into the guild though. It's a free way to be able to invest premium currency back into the game that you get for free, and you still get 40 left over every day, which is really nice. And finally, guys, the most important one in my opinion is going to be the workshop. The workshop is going to be a place where you do gear enhancement, magic, and gear abilities. Gear enhancement, you're going to put whatever gear in there. You're going to put the enhancement scroll that you get. Now remember, gear enhancement scrolls you get from the Phantom Abyss from grinding it. Just keep in mind that after a certain level up on it, it could be destroyed. I think they should change that, but maybe just feedback for them. Continuing into magic enchantment, you can use all of your gear, and as long as you have enchantment tomes, which again, Phantom Abyss, put that in here, the stat boost that comes along with the gear can be boosted to a stage 5. Now there is a chance that it could fail, but it only takes one tome, and it can also have a random chance to go beyond that level. So for my weapon, for example, that stage 4 happened immediately. I didn't have to go through it 4 times to get there, which was super cool. I like that. This was a significant increase as well. Getting to level 4 on it gave me like a 1500 CP boost. And there's a lot of weapons and gear that I haven't done yet, so I think that that will be a really pivotal place to increase it into like the 80s. And then gear ability, this is going to be interesting because I actually don't have any knowledge on this yet. So if you guys have any knowledge on it, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know more about it. All right, fam, that is it. That was a lot of information. Please go ahead and comment down below if there's anything you want to add to this video, if there's something that you've learned or something that you want to know more about, and I can definitely make a video on it. But this was jam-packed with just a bunch of information on some of these topics, because this game, I have gotten a lot of feedback, can be a little complex at times just because it's thrown a lot at you and they don't really explain it a whole lot. But just kind of going through and discovering it on my own and taking the time. With it being a newer game, I wanted to share this with you guys so you guys had it. And if there's something, again, that you guys want to add, please feel free to. If you guys like videos like this, please go ahead and like, subscribe, follow, go into my twitch.tv/Merflex, join me. I don't typically stream this game as much. I usually stream games like Rogue Company right now, Hyperscape, FPS shooters, and stuff like that. But I do every now and then do like MMORPGs and stuff. So if you guys want to see more of that content, come in, demand it. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and do that. And if you guys have any questions, feel free. I definitely respond usually by the end of the day. So yeah, just go ahead and do that. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people that were involved in kind of helping me answer questions. The guildmates have been amazing in this game. And it's really awesome being a part of like one of the higher ranked ones, and kind of being a part of people that really are passionate about trying to, you know, progress in the game. And so I definitely recommend joining one if you're not part of one, and just asking a ton of questions, because there are a lot of knowledgeable people. Like, they knew all this stuff day one. I'm just kind of taking it from them and just sharing my understanding of it with you guys as somewhat of a, like, I would say mid-rank player, like not anything crazy. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys. That goes to John Light, Barry, Evil Wolf, and then anybody else in the guild that I may have forgotten that has answered a question here or there. But thank you guys for doing that, and I will see you guys in the next one.